Hi guys, welcome to your strength and conditioning for block number 2. The way this is going to be structured is it's going to be 4 pairs of exercises. So what you guys are going to do, you're going to do it in a superset. So what that means is you're going to do your first exercise followed by a complementary exercise with no break in between, and then you're going to take a break, and then you're actually going to repeat the first 2 exercises for your 3 sets before moving on to the next one. We're going to go through them. Some of the movements, stuff that you guys have already seen before, so this should be a little bit quicker to get through because we've gone through the technique before, but let's get started. Our first 2 movements are going to be the squat and the counter movement jump. These are 2 exercises that hopefully you guys have seen before and done before. Now that we've kind of had a block of 3 weeks where we've done really the groundwork for technique, hopefully we're good enough now to add some weight. When we're doing the squats, the best way to add weight for our level is going to be to get a dumbbell or anything heavy really, and we're going to put it in our chest like this. We're going to just simply hold it up here. What we want to make sure when we start adding weight is that the technique remains the same. So I really want to make sure that I'm not rounding down and coming down with my chest, because then the weight is pulling and straining my back. So I want to imagine that there's a line going straight down, pulling the weight to the ground. So once again, keeping my back nice and tall, squatting down, coming back up. Once again, squatting down, coming back up. When I do it, I want to also make sure that my knees aren't coming in. So my knees always coming over the toes, squatting down, coming back up. One other key point is to make sure we don't go too low. So if I simply bounce at the bottom, I'm actually not really getting as much out of it as I can. If I take my time and I really stop myself before I get to that relaxed position, well, now I'm going to be working a little bit harder, controlling the descent and exploding coming up. So you're going to do 8 reps of that. You're going to put your weight down, and then you're going to go right into 8 counter movement jumps. So something we've done before, you guys should know it all, but simply down and up, consecutive jumps. Then you're going to take a break. You're going to do these 2 exercises 3 times, 8 reps each, and then you're going to take a bigger break and move on to our second exercises. Our second pair of exercises are split squats as well as skater jumps. Once again, if you would like to add weights for this, by all means go ahead. Make sure that technique comes first though. We want to be doing things right rather than just trying to pull a heavy weight. If you do want to use weights, it's best to use 2 dumbbells so that they can kind of be suspended on each side of us. I'm going to give you guys a side profile of this one. Basically what we want to see is a 90-90 when we're down. And as we push up, we want to make sure that we're pushing with both legs so that my torso comes straight up. So once again, sinking down, my knee is touching the ground, pushing with both legs, coming up. Always controlling the descent and then exploding up. Controlling the descent, exploding up. So you're going to do 8 on that leg. You're going to switch legs. Staying nice and tall with the chest, down, up for 8 reps. After that, right away, we're going to get into our skater jumps. So a skater jump is, we're getting into basic position. We're going to drive this knee up to our middle of our chest. So we're going to get into a lateral movement, but we don't want to drive our knee out. So we want to make sure that our knee comes straight up to the middle of our chest when we're doing this. So it's driving up and over. Up and over. I'm not necessarily trying to get as much distance as I can. I just really want to make sure that that knee is driving to the middle of my chest, keeping it under me the whole time. Our next 2 exercises are single leg SLDL and leg raises. So an SLDL, if we do it on 2 legs, is basically a stiff leg deadlift. So what's going to happen is that I can have a little bit of flexion in my knees, and that's what we want. And we're simply going to bend over. So this one's quite easy. That's on 2 feet. We're going to make it a little bit more challenging because we want to focus a little bit more on the balance and the control of the hips. So how this is going to work, I think a profile view will give you guys a better idea. You want to make sure that this always stays in a straight line as you do it. So once again, it's okay if I bend my knee, the one that I'm on, a little bit. I just don't want to get all the way down into like a full range of motion. But I'm going to simply lean forward, making sure that my leg and my torso align. So once again, I want this to create a nice straight line as I bend over. And I'm going to go as far as I can. So for me, I feel a good stretch in the hamstring. So I can't go much further than this without just bringing my shoulders down. So I want to stop here, and then I'm coming back. Coming back is the most important. You want to think about pulling with your hamstring and not simply just bringing this leg through. Another really important thing is that my hips need to stay level. If I open up, then I'm not engaging my hamstring as much as I can. So as I do it, try and give you guys the best angle. My 2 hips stay very, very parallel to the ground, or as best as I can. So if I open up, it's going to look like this. Right now I'm way tilted. I don't feel much of my hamstring. It's more my quad working. But if I refocus, realign the hips, then I can do that. So you're going to do 8 each leg, and then you're going to come into your leg raises. You guys have done this before. Once again, making sure that our lower back has contact with the ground. And if you aren't able to kind of keep a consistent motion here, and it's too difficult to keep your back on the ground, I want you guys to start high and lower it until your back starts to come off the ground, and then you're going to come up. Controlling it until your back starts to come off the ground, and then back up. So you're going to do 8 reps of that as well. Our final 2 exercises are going to be the bridge as well as push-ups. So the bridge is meant to activate the glutes. So if you get on your back, much like you would a leg raise, you're going to bring your heels very close to your glutes. If I'm too far, I'm going to not really get the full extension out of it. So what I want is a nice close foot position. And I'm going to try and, my knees and feet don't need to be touching, but I don't want them to spread apart. So all that's going to happen is I'm going to try and push through my heels and bring my hips up. So right now I'm really in a fully extended position. My glutes are tight, are pushing down into the ground, and then I'm going to come down. Pushing through my heels and up. I really have to make sure that I get the full hip extension, because even if I come 80%, like I don't have much activation. It's really that last 20% that I really feel it. If you do feel like it's quite easy and you did want to add weight, you're simply going to take a dumbbell, rest it on your hips, and then once again, same idea, pushing up to the sky, controlling the descent, pushing up to the sky, controlling the descent. As for push-ups, if you can do 8 regular push-ups, that's great. I think you all know what a push-up is. Simply coming down, coming back up. If this is too much of a challenge, what you can do is you can actually use a bench or any kind of box. So if I get my bench here, super simple. It's just going to give me a little bit an easier angle. I'm going to come down, touch my chest, come back up. So you might think we don't really need push-ups when we skate. We're trying to develop you guys completely and make sure that our whole body is strong. We do a little bit less arms, but it doesn't mean we have to forget about them. If regular push-ups are too easy, what you can do is go ahead and put your feet on the bench. Hopefully I have enough room here. I don't think I do. Put your feet on the bench, and then you can perform 8 push-ups on an angle. Okay, so that's our strength and conditioning program for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Hopefully it goes well. Once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, and good luck.